Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Daniel with a new video and a new topic. Today, I want to talk about something I've been thinking about lately and the way I've been feeling about things and how nothing seems to make sense anymore. Nothing works out like it's supposed to, and nothing is going good. Um, it doesn't make sense. We're working our butt off to just get by, to barely get by, to barely survive. When there was a time when you could work and just have live like a king and have everything. Now we work our butts off and we can't even get a wife or a car or anything nice. So that's a big problem. Cost of living, the pay isn't, I mean, I guess the pay needs to increase, but it's not the main problem. It's the cost of everything else. It's the cost of a house, the cars, the food, going out. So how are you supposed to afford to be with somebody and have kids and all that stuff now? How are you supposed to provide for them and keep your wife happy? Because that is the main reason why people get divorced. It's because of money, mostly money problems. And I don't see a way out of this. It's like I feel like I've been painted into a corner, but my situation is different than most people. I mean, I kind of painted myself into this corner, but I'm still in a lot of other people's situation, though. It's not like I'm too far away from other people's um, situations. So it doesn't make sense. People are struggling now more than ever, and we're not getting any help. You can't, it's hard to find a girlfriend in a meaningful relationship. Um, you can't go to college and find a good job. What else? Let's see. Uh, oh, people are going crazy and shooting up schools. There's tons of violence in our culture that makes it feel like a toxic place to live. People are leaving America and giving up and going to live in another country. That's how bad it's gotten. They have gone to extremes to say goodbye to everything. Like the place they grew up, that they called home for most of their life, for 20, 30 years or more, 40, 50 years or more. The place that we used to be proud to be in, live in, to be proud to live at, and they just said enough and got the money, I guess, got the funds together to go to another country where they don't know anybody. And with just the promise of a better quality of life. So I guess your quality of life will be better, but you're also sacrificing familiarity and um, a whole culture. You're going to live in a different culture. And it's gonna make it. It would feel uncomfortable to live in a different culture. So it doesn't make sense, bro. You're sacrificing a lot. I mean, I guess it doesn't make sense staying here either because because of the violence and the cost of living and um, the quality of life in America sucks right about now. It's not good. It's a dangerous place to live, and you got to live looking over your shoulder a lot compared to certain countries where there is hardly any crime. So it's like a polarizing thing. It's extreme way of living. You can see how people are freaking out and acting crazy because of society, because of our system has caused people to become violent and lash out because they're angry about the way their lives are going. And that is a big problem right there too. Like a lot of people can downplay it, but a lot of the problems in our system is causing people to react crazy and do crazy things. Granted, some of them people bring a lot of that stuff on themselves by doing things they shouldn't probably do, but our our system and society kind of pushes you in a unhealthy, toxic direction and way of being. I've always imagined what it would be like to go to another place like that because I grew up in the inner city and a violent surrounding place and a tough place to be or tough place to live. And I've always wondered what it would be like to go live in a different place. I mean, I've gone to other places and seen other places that um, are a lot different, and I got a kind of a glimpse of what it would be like. So it's piqued my curiosity even more. I would probably enjoy it because it's not, it's not right. It doesn't make sense. Why would you want to live in an environment where there's gangs and violence and drugs and just problems? It seems like there's just so many problems that the odds of you surviving in certain places are slim to none, much less getting ahead or doing anything else. So I think if you don't have a good way or a good income, you don't have opportunity to go leave and go to better places too. So it's almost like a catch 22. You don't want to just jump on a train and go somewhere else. You don't even know if it might even be better because you don't have a way of making money. I think going to a place that's more healthy, but making the same amount of money would probably be better. It's just hard to uproot and go to another place. Um, we got we got so many different people from other countries and so many um, different kinds of people. How would you say it? So many different kinds of cultures interacting here in America, which makes it really, there's a lot of friction there. There's a lot of problems with what hate and race racism and hate. So that causes a lot of problems in America too. We accept everybody from everywhere and then expect it to be all good. But people don't like people coming from other places and taking their jobs and, coming here illegally. That is another thing we got to deal with. I mean, how many people try to go to Mexico illegally or go to another place illegally? And then, we got all of these immigrants coming in that don't speak English that, they just cause a bunch of problems on top of the other problems we got here. So they come and they get our problems too. So they don't even realize how bad. I guess it's better than where they're at too. So that doesn't help. I feel like I'm disconnected from a lot of things in society too. Like I can't access a lot of things. I can't do a lot of things. I can't go places I want to go. I can't. I'm just disconnected. So jobs aren't. It's hard to find work. It's hard to find good paying work. It's hard to find a good job. It's um, hard to keep a good job. They don't pay as good, and the work is can be dangerous and can be grueling. It can be a toxic environment. So that's another thing that I've been struggling with, trying to find work that I can do, enjoy, or find a skill and a trade or something that helps me get ahead. But for the most part, I've just been like doing practical labor and a little more experienced skill, practical jobs, like a little technical skill on top of that. But for the most part, I'm still just a regular worker, with a little more skill, regular general labor type person with a little more skill so I can make a little more money. And for the long run, it might be good because compared to a lot of people, they don't have the few skills I have that kind of can double my income or can double, uh, increase your income to be kind of decent to survive. So it's just, I don't know if it's just living in America has gotten pretty bad or if it's living in certain parts of America. I don't know. I don't think if I went to another part of America, it would be that much better. I think if I made a little more money and I found a decent place to live for a decent amount or tried to cut my cost of living somehow, like homesteading or getting a little piece of land or something I could get cheap, I might have a chance at having a decent life worth living. But for right now, I feel like everything's messed up and I don't know if I'm gonna make it to that goal of getting to that point because I came back and everything fell apart. Like just had a bunch of problems. So this past year was like rough. Everything didn't work out that good. I had a bunch of problems and unexpected problems, things that that I didn't expect, but I pretty much sucked it up and said, okay, it's gonna be a rough year until find something else, another opportunity. I got myself into this situation and I gotta find a way out because I can't keep living like this. I'm in a bad spot. I was doing good for a while, for a few years, and then everything came crashing down. But a part of it was the economy, and part of it was um, some outside factors that I didn't know about. So it wasn't totally my fault. It wasn't something I caused. So that's why I'm trying to roll with it. It's just um, how would you say? It's a little deflating, a little frustrating, but I don't feel like I'm gonna. It's gonna take. It might take a while to get out of this mess because I've been down and out for a few months, and trying to find work has been hard. So doesn't make sense. I don't know why it's been so hard and why I gotta keep fighting so hard, and I don't want to. Struggling your whole life, it shouldn't be this way. Shouldn't have to fight with everybody and fuss and fight our whole life and argue. And doesn't make sense to just go your whole life miserable, or to go your whole life as a slave working a 9 to 5. Um, it's a bad beat, a bad deal. I guess that's all I'm going to say right now for this one. I'll see you in the next one.